You
Uh-huh.
know, a lot of getting back to basics. And I think you do this. It's like when we get up in the morning, it's good. The
Right.
first thing to do is to ask God to direct our thinking, to divorce us from self pity, uh, selfishness, and dishonesty.
Right.
That's great. But if we take that a step further, if we when we wake up in the morning after we go to the bathroom and maybe start the coffee, we come back in and we make our bed,
Mm-hmm.
straightening up our room, because it's hard to have clarity when everything's a mess and stuff. And then doing through our prayer meditation is good to hydrate the body. Drink some water, that helps. And one of the best things we can do, or I can do, to help us to have a spiritual experience is to move the body. To get up in the morning, do some deep breathing early in the morning. I get up a lot before the 5 o'clock or so, and get out and start breathing and just walking, And it's a beautiful time in the morning because nobody's out there. And if we're walking, we're going to be thinking healthy self-talk. I always say God is all loving, God is all good, God is all loving. I'm joyous, happy, and free. I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm successful. I'm ready for the day. I'm ready for the day. Thank you, God. Bring it on. Let's go for it. And if I do that, if I really want to get intense, if I can increase the walking pace up to a little trot, and I get the blood circulating, that's fantastic. And then after I get done with that, if I come back and drink a little bit more water, take my supplements, plan my food for the day, what I'm going to eat. Because if I don't plan my food for the day, I'm going to be driving through Carl's Jr., and they make great hamburgers. I'm not putting them down. I think maybe you can have some better choices, some better healthy choices, and so forth. And I can take care of the nutrition. And I can stay away from the sugar. I can stay away from the bagels. I can stay away from the donuts, the Twinkies, because all that processed carbohydrates is going to put more weight on my spiritual being. It's like trying to be spiritual with a backpack, a garbage on me, unnecessarily issues, because life is stressful and we get a lot of problems. So I was focused on a few phrases. Focus on being spiritual, mental, and physical.
Mm-hmm.
What we think, what we eat, and what we do.
Yeah, I know. Great advice. I think I think that most people probably struggle with, including myself, is identifying what's really creating the blockages, first of all, for me to be a spiritual person in general. Because if I track back all the way to my childhood, I was a pretty spiritual person. It's these addictions, these ideas, concepts, diet, sugar, bagels, donuts, all these things, that create blockages. So I think it's very specific to everybody in general to kind of sit down and see, first of all, it's not everybody has awareness. I realized one thing in life, kind of expect everybody to realize and have a particular awareness of what's creating blockages. Sometimes it's good, just to sit down and do a little writing, and look at my habits in life. What type of habits I have, and then from there you could zone in on what's really blocking me spiritually. If it's the diet, okay, everybody's diet. There's a book out there called, I forgot what it's called, certain type of food for a certain type of blood type,
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
So I think some food that fits me won't fit other people. Some food that other people eat are not going to fit with me. I think you look at your own makeup and see what type of macros you could incorporate into your diet specifically to your body's needs,
Yeah, absolutely.
So for me, I think it's just zoning in on what's creating blockages, and that's a gift itself. Being able to identify something before you even discard the situation, being able to identify it. So sometimes it's good to get outside help too. Because my problem is I rely too much on myself
Oh,
to do everything.
oh yeah, absolutely.
So it's okay, it's okay. Reach out for a therapist, a dietitian, a psychologist, a 12-step program,
Or YouTube.
YouTube.
Mhm.
Thank God for YouTube.
Yeah, the University of YouTube.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Spiritual world of the YouTube.
Yeah.
Look at what's creating those blockages and work with somebody. Two powers are better than one. Work with three
2
people.
hours
Work
are better
with
than
four.
one. Yeah.
Rely on somebody to keep you accountable, with your diet. If it's diet, okay, maybe it's pushing back on the carbs, upping your protein, maybe it's
Mhm.
more meditation, maybe a certain relationship I have is creating a lot of blockages of me spiritually.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's could be so many things that are blocking you in life. For me,
Mhm.
and I had no idea. I was doing a lot of writing, uh, doing a lot of soul searching, of realizing why I've been so angry. Because anger blocks spirituality. It blocks you from your true self, right?
Yes, it shuts the sunlight of the spirit out.
So I'm thinking, I'm trying to figure out what's causing all this. Is it because I need to help other people more? It was none of that. It was just the simple fact that I was getting angry, and we had this conversation the other day, matter of fact. I was getting angry because I couldn't control my eating.
Mm-hmm.
The eating was creating a lot of agitation and frustration in my life. Not eating, obviously you gotta eat. Overeating.
Overeating.
So not only was I getting angry and frustrated because I couldn't control my eating, on top of that, I was creating inflammation in my body, which equal to stress. So I was always in a state of stress. So whenever I'm in a state of stress, my switch will go off like that. I'm very hypersensitive, and I'm quick to make a reaction when I'm in that state of mind, state of being rather. So that's what it was for me. I'm sure there's other few blockages there and there. I'm not 100% cleared up all my channels spiritually. There's so many unplugging that has to take place for me. But just to be able to identify what's creating a blockage is a miracle, because now I could go ahead and work towards a solution.
Mm-hmm.
That's my biggest challenge personally, is identifying, because that itself is a whole work in process.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Yeah. But that can be a sensitive area because focusing too much on identifying can lead us into just being self-obsessed. But we got to find out the problem, uncover, discard.
Exactly.